Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here in Dawnless Days once again, and the Dwarves are in Moria, here to reclaim their halls. I'm not sure which Moria map this one is. It might be Barum Zabar, I can't remember. One of the unfortified settlements, that is for sure. It's definitely not Zirag Zagale, but we have this cool moonlit lake here, which is very, very cool. But yes, the dwarves here are joined by a certain ally today, and not one that would be very usual to fight alongside them, but it is the elves. The elves of Inlandris are here to join the dwarves in taking back their halls and to try and bring about some balance of power to this part of Middle-earth. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. It's a blooming pain to try and sort out the camera on this stairway here. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very cool one. This is a 2v2 siege battle, I guess, really. Like most of the Moria maps, technically, even if they're not down as siege maps, are siege maps. And yeah, the fighting's already getting underway over here as the elves go in. They're taking on some goblin black shield guards. So yeah, you're probably thinking, I've never seen that unit before, Pope. And that's because in this 2v2 with large armies, we are using the Gundabad submod, which adds a few units to the goblins, which I didn't know. I thought it just added a whole Gundabad new faction, but no, yeah, they add some new units as well. So we'll be seeing a couple of new units like the Goblin Black Shield Guard. Hopefully they're well balanced and not going to just absolutely annihilate these elves. I don't imagine they will. Actually, I say that as they're losing decisively. I don't know, maybe they will. I'm a bit worried. Goblin Blade Warrior is winning there. Black Shield Guard are losing here. I don't know, yeah, maybe it's 50-50. They look like they're doing okay with the Elves of Imladris. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Total War and Lord of the Rings, and you want to see more Dawnless Days Total War, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show support. It really does help out the channel as we work towards 10k subs. As you can see here, yeah, the Noldoran Pike's going to get in there. They're all going to start piking away. Elves definitely going to have archer superiority here. I mean, there's going to be absolutely able to blitz through some of these. We've got Goblin Marauders here, so it's a light shock infantry unit as well. Looks, you know, kind of cool. Very handy. Look, I would not want to be on the wrong end of that axe or whatever it really is supposed to be. That scythe almost. Looks very rusty. But yeah, it looks like the attack is getting underway over there. Are they making an assault anywhere else? No, still not going through the middle here with the dwarves. Are the dwarves making an attack on this side? They are, yes. So the dwarves have made an assault here. Arable Axe Warriors going in against Goblin Black Shield Spears. Not hard to see through the gateway, but it doesn't seem like much ground's been taken, if any. But it does look like the Arable Axe Warriors are doing just fine in that one.
Defend him.
And we also got what's going on here? Oh, Arable Axe Guard's gonna go through this choke point. If they do, they're gonna face off against crossbows. Scavenged crossbows. Okay, so the submod gives goblins crossbows. Okay, I don't know how useful they're really going to be. I honestly think you'd be better off bringing just normal bows. The goblin bow is already pretty decent. Look at these guys. Look at that funny old helmets they got going on. Got some weird grin going on there. But yeah, this is going to be the last sort of replay from this version of Dawnless Days. As well, as you may have all seen, there is a very much new version coming out. It's going to have the Helm's Deep map in, a few new maps. I think Rohansel's getting a little bit of a rework. So yeah, certainly it's going to be exciting to see that in action. And yeah, I will certainly be doing a lot of sort of Rohan and Helm's Deep scenarios, I'm sure, in the near future. Yeah, I mean, the balance power not looking great in favor of the attackers, which is never usually a good thing. But these are elves and dwarves, so anything can happen. They have about half the strength of the goblins. There's about 5,000 elves and dwarves against 10,000 gobbos. So the gobbos, you know, they rely on numbers, not quality. Elves and dwarves are very much the opposite. And these guards and units like this are going to absolutely mop up units. And there's already been one Noldoran sword that's suffered. That is surprising. Pikes here as well. They also need to do some heavy lifting, break through choke points. They're trying to do that now. So Black Shield Guard are just almost pulling through. I think maybe because they had an attack order onto the sword, onto the shock infantry. Now they're going after the archers here. This could be costly. This could be really costly. I mean, Elven archers aren't bad in melee, that's for sure. They should be okay. But you don't really want to be using these guys and sacrificing units like the archers in melee. So they're going to keep some sort of a reserve here as well. Lots more shock on its way up actually as well. That's getting ready to face off. It looks at it against the gobos down here. Also looks like some marauders have been shot at for free by the archers. Yeah, it looks like the archers are going to try and pull out a combat. They just, yeah, I think they just pulled out a combat. They are losing actually in these fights here. Not good at all. This elven front is not looking actually that ideal. To be honest, the dwarves might need to start doing a bit more of an offensive, and I mean the elves might want to think about shifting some of these reserves back. The dwarves, yeah, all they're doing is just shifting their infantry, which looks very, very fancy, you know, in these those columns there. But they're shifting them through the archway. They're not actually attacking anyone. They are over here though. They are making progress. Oh god, this camera is going to be the bane of my life. But you can see here. The gobos, they're fighting on. They're fighting against Erebor axe warriors and also Erebor, like axes, I think they're just called. Well, they've got axe guards, that's it. I can never remember that name. Yeah, shock infantry and also axe infantry working together side by side, and they're dealing with these spears, which should be easy enough to kill off. Once they kill them, though, they've got to fight a black shield guard unit, a sword unit. Should be pretty tough. Over here we have Balin, who's of course here to try and retake his halls. Of course, it would be no one else but him. They are trying to be shooting their scavenged crossbows over here, but they're not really hitting anyone of Balin's entourage, so he should be okay, that's for sure. But anyway, I think back to the Elves is where we need to be. The Elves is where all the action's going on. They are still breaking through a lot of units here. Goblin Black Shields, Goblin Blade Warriors, all breaking. It's not looking good. The gobos, but also the elves are having a rough time. They've lost archers, a couple of shock infantry units as well. It's not going to be the easiest of fights. And with every dead elf, it's a small victory for the gobos. It really is. People like they stabilize back here. They've sent some shock back now to sort of surround these goblins. Yeah, goblins do not want to be surrounded by elves. That's an easy way for them to be killed off. And here the archers are holding their own. They're holding their own. We are seeing an assault as well down the center here, which I don't know how wise an idea that is. I mean, there's goblin heavy archers there shooting right into the backs of these Noldorian swords. It doesn't seem like it's slowing down the elves just at the moment. Fighting these marauders. And also there's friendly fire onto the marauders as well. They need to be careful about the goblin heavy archers. Oh, they're now starting to cause these guys to lose. The archers here need to really start just shooting across, trying to weaken this this bow unit, try and kill it off. Because this is, yeah, otherwise this is going to keep failing every single time and just feeding easy kills to those goblins. But yeah, if you want to get involved in any Dawnless Days battles, if you're like, man, I want to try this mod out, I really enjoy it, especially now that there's going to be a proper Helm's Deep map, feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. As always, you're all welcome, whether you're a veteran to Total War or a brand new player, all are welcome. And even if you don't want to get involved in some battles, you're more than welcome just to come and join and chat to some fellow Total War enthusiasts. Yeah, look at this. Already one unit breaking. He's going to just shoot at a reserve unit here. I mean, this one could go into the Goblin Marauders. And we can start to force that as well. But look at the, like, blob of, like, goblins over here. There's a lot of wavering units. Yeah, these guards and largest certainly are being stopped. Whole arm's coming forward. That's going to be a good match there for those pikes if they're still alive. I can't see them actually, to be fair. The pikes surely are still alive. Not been killed off already, have they? I think they have been actually. Seriously, have they killed off the pikes? Yeah, looks like it. I can see a lot of dead pikemen down here. Wow, I didn't even realize. Yeah, these pikes are... Jeez, the elves are having a tough time. So they're going to have a tough time in sending in Noldorian archers, which still have ammo, by the way, into pole arms here. That's not a healthy way to fight a battle. Again, are the dwarves fighting over here? It doesn't look like I can't hear the sounds of battle yet. Dwarves are just fighting through choke points, which is just grueling and just going to be slow. I mean, it might work in their favor. I don't know. They're putting in pole arms here. What we got in there? Aerial halberdiers. And again, another duo of shock and also axe infantry. You can see here, they're trying to fight on. I would love to try and get closer to the action, but the camera just refuses to allow me. This is damn, like, ledge here. But yeah, they're blobbing up quite a lot of stuff here, so they need to be careful, because otherwise they could get focused down by missiles, but maybe not just yet. They're not quite through. But yeah, these crossbows, I don't think they're going to be much use. Crossbows are not going to be handy in this sort of style of battle, unless you're going to, like, allow the enemy in, flank, and then flank with the crossbows and get some easy side shots. That is a big win, though, there, though. Those marauders have been routed, and now these elves need to rush up this these steps here and get into the defense of the goblins here. Get moving, because you're getting shot for free here. Big old waste of elven lives if you just stand there. Yeah, the Black Shield Guard actually, you know, pretty reasonable. Maybe that's what you need. Like in a Moria scenario, is just to have like the Gundabad submodons to get extra goblins, maybe just a few tougher units. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you don't need it. Those offs are there, glorious. They are retreating. Those archers, I think, still had a sliver of ammunition, to be honest. I feel like he just wasted his archer unit. I mean, he's got more archer units. Oh, jeez, that was an execution. See the blood splatter that came off to those archers firing. But then they are now out of ammo, and they could just get rid of that pole arm there. It's getting very messy at the bottom of these steps here. I don't really know whether the elves are going up the steps or whether they're just staying at the bottom of them. What the goblins are doing either. They've got a whole bunch of gobos just ambling here. What is this unit? Goblin bodyguards. It's like a more elite shock infantry. Sort of like their Uruks that they have these guys. Not a bad idea. The elves again, they're shifting up here. They're trying to break through. What are they facing off against? Black Shield spears. Also looks like a bodyguard unit down here as well. So, yeah, not a good duo to be going up against. And they're getting shot on the side by archers. Eesh, those elves are having a rough time. We've got a Goblin King as well shifting over, because it looks like these Noldorian swords are going to break through the archers here. And then once they break through them, they'll have free reign if they don't get stopped by those Goblin King units. Goblin King unit, I should say. We've got a few reserves back here. Does the elves? Here's still one more archer with full ammo. I'd get that forward. Elrond's here as well, you know, but yeah, we'll have to see whether he gets committed. I feel like the title of this battle should be Elrond is here to liberate Moria or something like that, because it's really the elves doing all the heavy lifting right now. The dwarves, you know, kind of taking a bit more of a back seat in this battle. I mean, they've not really even started their attacks. It's certainly not in the center. I know it's a tough one for them to go through. Pole arms and swords here. And if that's the case, bring the spear forward. Sorry, the spear. Send this pike forward. Speaking of, by the way, the elves are actually sending troops back. It looks like, yeah, they aren't happy with the situation on the other side, and are going to send more units back towards their other fight, which I don't know how they get there, actually. They have to go all the way around here. Yeah, I think they do. Oh, gosh. Can you get through here? Oh, yeah, there's a door. Yeah, it's a long way to go, actually. They'll be exhausted by the time they get there. I just think they should have just had all their troops in one area and just made a sucker punch push through, because I think a full, like, elven army like they had would have not been able to be stopped by much. Put it like that. I mean, you could if you wanted to, because there's such big maps as well, the Moria ones. You could almost have cavalry as well. You could contemplate bringing it. Again, though, yeah, I think the dwarves will go to like the very far side where they're fighting. The only place they are fighting, they're not breaking through, is what they're doing. The halberds are still in there, causing some problems. They don't look like they're really in formation, though. We've got Blade Warriors down under Black Shield Guard. Yeah, they are. Look at that, the halberds are losing. What is this blob going on right now? Look at the amount of dwarves that are just stuck here doing nothing. They actually brought bows, which is probably a better idea, but the amount of dwarves that are stuck here doing nothing. I don't know why they don't just push on elsewhere. I mean, they could have their bows like come and form up. Oh gosh, come form up over here, and then shoot through this choke point, hit all these spears and polearms. I think it might just be a spear unit anyway. Oh no, there's a polearm. So yeah, they definitely would like need to shoot that unit down a little bit. But why don't they do that? Why don't they make a push? They've got to at some point. Oh, here you go. The goblins actually being the aggressors here. They're finally going in against the dwarves. I don't know how smart an idea that was. But they've gone in, and these are High Chieftain's guards. They're good units. There'll be a match for these Erebor Axe Warriors here. Maybe more than a match. They'll keep on fighting there. How are the elves doing? Have they broken through? No, in fact, they've been repulsed. Look at this. They've been pushed back down the slope here in the center to the cost of many an elven life. And they're also being chased off down over here. These elven archers being chased off by goblin bodyguards. Until, I don't know why these last sort of units over here aren't joining. Hopefully they're not bugged out and they're like just stuck here. I don't know. I don't play this map that often. But yeah, they've just been patiently waiting here, doing nothing. And this is 2 health units of shock and a bow unit, which obviously bow's very, very handy. Definitely would kill that goblin bodyguard off very quickly. They wouldn't even need to like break a sweat. They just gun it down. But yeah, the goblins looking a little thin on the ground, so they have a lot of archers left, which have a lot of ammo, which is good. But yeah, suddenly like infantry-wise, they're looking a little thin. A lot of units are battered. Like literally, the Goblin King and a High Chieftain's Guard here are like their only healthy units that they really have sort of available to them. We are seeing guards of Ladris as well shifting in this direction, which is good. They've still got healthy guards, and then they've also got Elrond as well, which is a healthy guard unit as well. So yeah, we'll see him, I'm sure, in action at some point before the end of this battle. But anyway, we'll go over to the Dwarves now, which is where the action is really starting to heat up. And the polearms here have gone in, Goblin Spear Warriors. They've gone in to try and, I guess, support this fight. Shift in favor of the Goblins. Men are breaking. Now, that'll be for the dwarves. I think that must be the halberds over here then are breaking. Would have thought. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Erebor halberds, no, they're fine. Got Erebor axe guards in there. They're slicing and dicing their way through this line. Trying to do their bit. They're still not really made much in the way of a dent when it comes to actually breaking through. There's a lot of dead bodies down here, though, by this gate. Looks like the majority are goblins. They are winning, yeah, slightly. I mean, you expect no less. They're fighting off against, as shock fighting off against goblin swords. I mean, even if it is modded goblin swords like Black Shield guards, I'd imagine the shock should beat them. I mean, this is what I mean. Do you like set up this second line of swords, like on an angle, and allow this crossbow here to get a good side shot? Otherwise, they're just going to sit here with their ammunition and do nothing. By the way, it's 4,100 against 7,100. There's a 3,000 man, elf, dwarf, goblin, whatever you want to call it, difference. Yeah, that is kind of worrying for the goblins a little bit. They've only managed to kill about 1,400 of the attackers, and they've lost about 3,000 men in the making of it. So that is rough. It is going to be a super close one, actually, if you go off keep going off those numbers, really. Well, I say it's still going to be super close, actually. It won't be like insanely close. So the goblins really need to get a move on and try and like up that KD. Because yeah, it needs to be more like, I don't know, 1,800, 1,900. Maybe just simply well, actually 2k. Like if it's 2k for every 3,000 you lose, that's a lot better odds. got the Elven pikes up here as well, so they are going to try and respond. Bend those in, but it looks like the pole arms have retreated. The spear warriors, so they might not be needed. So you'd expect the elves and the dwarves to just easily shove through this defense. But we'll see. Dwarven armor is going from a pristine steel look to a dirty, reddy color. It's covered in goblin blood. Oh, this guy's sinking through the floor. You guys can see that. Look at that, it's sinking through the floor. What's going on? What happened, guys? The quicksand there or something? I don't know. They are winning, apparently, the Erebor Axe Guards, or the Axe Warriors, but I'm not sure if that's just because they're killing routing troops. Elves over here getting surrounded. It's just going from bad to worse for the elves over here. What is going on? How is this shock infantry just got isolated and killed off on its own? Yeah, they're slicing and dicing their way through. There you go, the elves butchered. I think it's not routed yet. He's going to try and pull it out. That's even a worse idea. Yeah, it's actually causing the unit to lose a little bit more. Why he's not supporting it, I don't know. I've come to the conclusion these two units here are bugged, because otherwise they would have moved. So that is actually a big blow for the elves, that these two units won't move. He's moved literally every other unit around but these two, and he would have acted by now. Like I don't know who the players are. I don't like the person that sent this replay in. Oh, you can see they try to use the movement and they won't move. Look at this, sad. That is rough. Something to note then, I guess. This ramp bugged. Can you not maybe send stuff up and down it, or maybe just don't spawn on it? Oh no, here he goes. They are going. I don't know. That's a funny one. I think he's trying, but they must be stuck or something. But yeah, I don't recognize the players, so I doubt that like they would have just gone about them. Like they're probably good players. They know what they're doing. I think he's just desperately trying to get those units unstuck. Maybe they'll get unstuck if the enemy engages them, which might be an idea. But yeah, speaking of engagement, Erebor's won their first one over here, which is very, very good. And now I think they're going to get rewarded by being shot by crossbows. Down crossbows coming up here, they will get a pretty good angle. They probably from the bottom of the steps. Actually, maybe not. I don't know if they can even... Yeah, sort of can, actually. They could definitely have shot from the bottom of the steps up onto those Erebor units. They might almost want to entice Erebor down. Just have the sword here, and then allow the crossbows to do some shooting into the backs of those ranks. That would be probably a little bit of a better move, in my opinion. Instead of, like, having just a polearm there so Erebor won't come down the hill, make him come down the hill, then start to shoot him. You can always send a polearm in after. Yeah, these Erebor shock infantry here still doing great work, like chopping the way through. Oh, it's a pain. Go in there. Still cutting their way through this ocean of goblins. There you go, looks like the Shark might have won. 1-1 fight. We've got one more to fight against these Blade Warriors here. Killed off oh no, they're both Blade Warriors. At least, you know, the Dwarves in a close confined area like that, they will excel, it seems. This, I don't know why. Oh no, they have been pushing over here. I was like, why aren't they pushing this? There's a sword, it's easy to kill. Yeah, Erebor Axe Guards have been pushing. They've just been getting killed. Absolutely mercilessly killed. Brutal. Yeah, they've just got like a lot of shock here. What else have we got? Erebor Halberdiers. I would expect there'll be a Tomb Warden somewhere. Yeah, they keep sending in the Erebor Axe Guards. I don't know why. Just send in a polearm. It's going to do the work. Send in a polearm with maybe a axe unit of some sort, whether it's shock or not. That's what I'd be doing. You get through that choke point very quickly. Here we go. Yeah, the Dwarves still slicing and dicing. How are the Elves doing? Have they been pushed back yet? Oh, here you go. Those units, I think, technically are dislodged because they're fighting. Whether they'll do anything more than just fight on this ground here, I don't know. Yeah, the Goblins are making a counter-offensive. The archers are like actually shooting into the flank of units down here. And more Elves are arriving from the centre now to come over and support their allies. I think they should be beating these guys. Yeah, Goblin bodyguards, they're losing to Elrond. Another guard from the Ladras here. I'm going to see Shock Infantry going in here against the High Chieftain's guards. Should be a fairly even match.
The men have given up and are running for their lives.
Oh my gosh, this camera's a pain. Like you move it and then it goes, oh, there's a massive bridge there. Off you fly. More Shock going in. He's going to try and flank, which is not a bad idea. Get rid of this High Chieftain's guard. Or you could flank these units here and you could go for the General, which is obviously a real potential win there. I think that might be the aim. Yeah, like High Chieftain's guards here, they're losing anyway to the Noldorian swords. They don't need any more support. I was seeing even more Elves as well on their way. It also looks like maybe Dwarves sending in this sort of direction. I mean, not really, but sort of. Pathfinding must be an issue or something, I don't know. But yeah, these Erebor Axe Infantry, they're off in a different direction now. The centre is no longer being contested at all by either Elves or Dwarves. That's surprising. Because I honestly felt like this was a decent way in, but maybe not. Maybe not. The Dwarves, by the way, have actually broken through. This is major news, and it's a real problem as well for this choke point here. Why the Goblins fell back so far, and they just basically opened up this choke point and doomed these two units here, I do not know. The Dwarves are through. This is a real problem because, I mean, it'll start a flood of angry short beings coming in, and you can see here they come. That's the flood. You can see there's polearms there. There's more axe infantry, and I'm sure that'll be followed up by even nastier stuff soon.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
Yep, the polearms in there, and then also, I mean, the axes can start to flank around. Oh, jeez, they butchered this poor unit here with the crossbows. Absolutely butchered the axe guard. Yeah, they need to try and get in amongst the crossbows and other units like that and just try and break them. But they actually are starting to waver a little bit. Enemy general is dead. That is the general fighting the Elves there. So that's one of the Goblin Kings dead, and that's causing a bit of a mass rout here. And that could be a bit of an issue. And you can see balance power now is shifting in favor of the attackers. It's now 3,300 against 4,900. So yeah, about a 1,700 man advantage now. So we've gone from having over 5k advantage to just under 2,000.
Thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
At least the units are sort of vaguely dislodged. I mean, the archers aren't. And they're trying to fire, but they're failing. I really don't know. Don't know what's going on down there. I'm not questioning it. Yeah, here we go. Guards and Magis, they'll just keep carving their way through those goblins. I'm excited to see the kills at the end for certainly the Elves. I think some of their units are going to have some massive kills. Really massive. They're going to have to send another unit in here to try and rout these Spear Warriors in the back. Or they're just going to shoot them. I think they are just going to shoot them with the ranged travelers. It seems like a bit of a waste, to be honest. I think that's the goblins breaking there. No, they're just going even deeper into the dwarven lines. Is what they're doing. In the light, it almost looks like the from an angle like here, it looks like the dwarves are just like wooden shields. It's not just the light bouncing off the unit. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, an all-out assault here, I think would be okay. Black shields, blade warriors would certainly be attacking here if I was the goblin. If I was the dwarves, this is a weakened spot for sure. You could also just set up. Oh, just set up your archers, shooting down the line, try and kill some stuff off. They have got into the crossbows here, which is a win. It's definitely a must-do. Any of these crossbows kill them. Shock here is actually beaten the Erebor shock. And where's Erebor's like remaining troops? Like they're all stuck on the wrong side of this damn wall. Does he need so many units here? I don't know if he does. Erebor's there. Where is Balin? Because I haven't seen him in a minute. But yeah, I don't know where the heck is Balin got to. There, no, that's another Erebor Axe warrior. I don't know where Balin is, but I hope he's in there. Oh, he is. Balin's actually in the front of the lines. Brave from him. The man should claim he should keep him safe. There he is, Balin. The old whippersnapper. He's looking very determined right now to kill as many goblins as he can. I do like that. I respect that. He's determined to prove that Moria shall be his. Shock here is actually eating up dwarven like axes. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm starting to lose though these goblin bodyguards, but they're taking a lot down with them. It looks like they're beating these axes as well, but that might be with the help of the black shields. Looks like black shields go up against axe warriors. Looks like they lose out. Looks like when no one gets involved. Still a bunch of marauders as well back here that are yet to go in, and more crossbows on the way up. And there's still a decent amount of reserves here, like high cheatings, guards, a lot of chevrons. So the dwarves aren't out of the woods yet either. Certainly one that looks a bit more out of the woods. It's got to be the Elves. Having killed that general, I feel like if you look on this side here, there's not a lot left. There's some archers, and, well, that's really it, to be honest. It's just archers. There is also a little force fighting up there, but they are fighting the bugged out units, so they could be there a little while, I have a feeling. But yeah, here we go. Looks like we're seeing a retreat from the dwarves on this side, which is their like, little flanking move they got going on. I guess they realize they don't actually need so many troops here, which they don't. They just need to delay goblins. Don't allow these troops to go elsewhere. And they're going to send these troops, I presume, straight back over here to try and help out in the main push, which this really is. Balin is also, by the way, getting shot by crossbows, so they need to be careful he does not succumb to a crossbow bolt. Oh. The line of steel moves ever further forward as they take yard by yard, inch by inch.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Come on, you brave dwarves! One last push to break through these goblins, and then Balin can sit upon the throne of Moria as its ruler.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Dwarves could really do with the elves now making an appearance and really forcing the goblins' hand. There's still a little token defense over here. Their general's dead though. What morale will be like, I do not know. Noldor and Pikes here. They just need to start chipping away at one of these sides. Don't go down the middle. There's still archer ammo as well, which is incredible. The goblin heavy archers. They have a little bit. They're shooting these pikemen for free, so that's also a problem. They haven't killed one yet, but they do take a little while to die. But yeah, I just want this to happen. It'll weaken the pikes up when they've got to go into their eventual fight with the polearms here. I mean, how much damage do they have left? Maybe a couple more volleys. They might kill one or two here. Yeah, there you go. They're starting to drop. There you go, Pikes retreat. Guess it felt like 7 losses was 7 too many. I mean, guess so. Also, the Dwarves have arrived over here. The Dwarves are shifting Erebor Axe Warriors here. I did think I did call it, but yeah, it's a strange one. Because to be honest, Erebor's not making great progress on his side. So he might need, I mean, they'll be too late by the time they get there, but he might need those 3 units himself. I feel like that's the case. I feel like the Dwarves are running out of troops here. Look at these badasses. Look at the Manchu claimants. Look amazing. They really do. Like, especially this officer. He's not an officer, but like the one with the plume. Who doesn't want to be like him? Who just want to live like that dwarf? Yeah, I started to kill off this gobos though. I think the goblins are sort of being forced back. The general could die here though. Balin's down to 30 men. He needs to be careful. More men breaking. This is not good. Might be these troops here. I'm not sure. Where are those Dwarven reinforcements that are so much needed? It looks like they have changed their mind, maybe, or just not all of them went. I don't know. Yeah, this is a strange one, that's for sure. I mean, they can still make a push here. There's only a Goblin Spear Warrior holding it, so that those Travelers, if you put those into that choke point and start shooting through, do a lot of damage actually there. The Elves over here, they're trying to break through. They're just attacking us, just a small, narrow front. The Elven Pikes are down to 50 troops. The Guards and Ladras are trying to flank them around. I don't know if this Elven... I mean, actually, I think the Elven unit got through the gap over here, but that's a tiny little gap they've tried to get through. Guards and Ladris did a good job of finding that gap. And just keep fighting on here. These guards of the Ladris, though, I think are going to get beaten by the more healthy Chieftain's guards. You can see they're doing the same thing again here. They got the shock all blobbing up here. They're going to try and break through. Going to have to kill these few spear warriors off. Then go on round and then try and do the same thing again. They need to try and rear charge the spear warriors, really, ideally. I think they might have technically pulled out of combat with a couple of goblins, but it's not like they be all and end all. That's a fair enough go at it. And yeah, they're going to go round and they can either go into the back of these pole arms or join their swords, or they might have to go up here and deal with this High Chieftain's Guard that is on its way. The Dwarves should also be on their way over trying to help. I now wonder if the Goblins units up here are now actually bugged as well, because they're stuck in there, because they are just standing here doing nothing. These guys, I have a feeling now, are bugged themselves. Maybe? Or is he just forgotten about that? I think he just seriously has forgotten about them.
Our men flee the field of
One of the spears is going back.
Shameful display.
Or it's trying to. Oh yeah, I have a feeling that this ridge is bugged or something. That is unfortunate. I don't know if you should be attacking up there then. You can spawn up here, I think, but yeah, you don't want to necessarily like attack from there. And there you go. Those units at the Elven Assault there, they've broken. There's now a High Chieftain Guard that is getting ready to defend that choke point. See how that does. So we'll go back over to the Dwarves, who are still in a pretty brutal fight here. Balin is down to 20 bodyguards. He's going to now face a very healthy Goblin King. This is going to be tough. Probably impossible. Crossbows there just annihilated a halberd. Absolutely wrecks it. Poor guys. I mean, they're going to need more troops in here. Looks like the Dwarves have troops that are coming through this choke point here, which is good to see. Dwarven ranged travelers. Not what I was expecting, but they might do the job. Who knows? Look at all these Dwarves. They've not got any armor on. It's very cowardly. And there you go. General has fallen. And that's not good as well. The Dwarves now themselves might break. You never know. It's down to 1,400 against 1,500. It's very, very close. I mean, numbers, when it's that close, you put in favor of the likes of the Elves and the Dwarves. You never know. A mass rout from the Dwarves could happen. Yeah, look at this. Dwarven range travelers starting to waver. They might just mass rout here. They are levies at the end of the day. I mean, you could shoot this crossbow, but I shoot the general. He's just there, like showing his back. Here come the. Oh, actually no. Did they manage to get the unit off? I think they have. Oh, fair enough. They managed to get that unit off. Do it with the other ones, I would have thought then. But it looks like the Dwarves are just going to shove on their final 3 units on this side, and it looks like again the same instance has happened. The Elves have engaged this unit and they flanked on around it, surrounded it. And now they'll murder it. And I think, yeah, that's a very dead High Chieftain's Guard. We've got some archers over here. They're going to have to try and slow down the Noldorian swords. Don't know if they'll be able to do that. There you go. It looks like they've routed those goblins. They've routed the goblins on that side, but not on this side. There's a bit of a mass rout going on, though. Goblin Black Shield Guard, they're starting to die. Crossbows here also in a bit of trouble. It looks like these archers are rallying. They're going to have to try and kill this general or just like try and rout him, I don't know. Band's power not looking good, though, that's for sure. It's now 1,300 against 500. I don't know if the oh, mass rout is taking place. Gobos are starting to go. This is unfortunate because I think the goblins could have won this side after killing Balin. But there you go, a mass rout, and I think that's the goblins down and out. I think they've got like one little unit of High Chieftains there. That should rout in a moment, you would have thought. And yeah, there you go. That is a defeat for the goblins, but a great victory for the Dwarves and Elves, who are going to help, who have helped each other retake the halls of Moria. And what a battle. What a really fun one that was. So we'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. This was sent in from Bat Winmax's perspective. So thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. It's a very, very fun one. I'm just glad I picked it up. We've got 175 kills with the Baal in Mansion Claimer General. 150 kills, we'll call it, with the Erebor Axe Guards there. But some of his other ones get 221, 188. Some very good kills there. Actually, spammed out these Erebor Axe Guards. Wow, there are even more down here. 201, 221. His Erebor Axe Warriors, 262 kills. And then the Erebor Axe Warriors over here are 239, 286, 298. Some very good kills there. His pole arms, one of them getting over 300 kills, one getting just 100, and then one of his archers getting 138 kills. Then we have Guna playing as Imladris. Elrond got 138 kills before the battle was over. He's still very healthy as well. Guards of Imladris, 190 kills, 416 kills. Oh my gosh. Noldorian Swords are still really healthy numbers as well. 296 kills. Another one with 206 kills. 254, 333. Some good kills there for the shock infantry. Pikes getting 175 kills. Archers at 122, 192, 293 kills. I mean, even the one that got stuck on that ramp seems to still get decent kills at the end of the day. Then we have Coastal Canadian playing as one of the goblins. Yeah, his sword's obviously going to suffer facing off against elves and dwarves. You're never going to get like as big a kills. He's got 109 kills over this Chieftain's Guards. Pretty good. One of his Goblin Bodyguards also got 174 kills, and his Goblin Heavy Archers 161, 107, 105 kills. Then we have It's Inferno YouTube one, I think that is, getting playing as the other goblins, and yeah, he was the one that spammed out all these crossbows. Actually, one of them got over 208, like got 208 kills. It's very, very good. His bodyguards 161 kills, 139. Pikes or polearms, I should say, 193 kills. Again, the swords kind of suffered. One of his Black Shield Guard got 143 kills. But yeah, again, kind of suffered facing off against smaller elven and dwarven units when it comes to kill count at the end. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. It's the final one from, I think this is what, 6.5 Dawnless Days. We'll be moving on to 7.0 very, very shortly. I'm very excited for Helm's Deep and all that sort of shenanigans. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.